We liked feeling nestled in the woods, but those trees on the slope to the right of the house shed leaves on the roof, and we had to go up there several times a year to sweep them off. So we decided to cut some of those trees. The problem was, they all leaned toward the house. The smaller trees I could control by hand by putting a rope as high as the ladder would reach and tying it to a tree farther up the hill, and then pulling the tree down after I'd cut it with a saw. The larger trees required mechanical assistance. My ATV has a winch on the front. I could tie the ATV to trees to keep it from moving, and then use the winch and a rope through a turning block to pull the trees down. What I'm going to try to do now is measure the height of these trees with my rangefinder, since I don't know the calculus or trigonometry, where the hell it is. It allows you to figure out the height. I'm going to bring down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 trees, I think, maybe 6. And we're going to start. Where are we going to start? I think this one right down here gives us the most unobstructed fall, pulling back to here. So we will wander down here, and I will set up the ladder and run up that tree, or to set the rope. So the latter part of this operation is more dangerous than the chainsaw. At least the chainsaw looks dangerous. It makes noise and it has teeth. The latter is more passive, but I know far more people who have been hurt falling off ladders than have been hurt by chainsaws. It's particularly dangerous when the top rung of the ladder is positioned on something like a round tree. You have to keep your weight dead center on the rungs as you climb, or it'll spin off to the side and dump you on the ground. Stomping the legs into the dirt helps. Right away, we've got a problem. The rope is not long enough to go around that tree. I gave it a try anyway. The rope would barely go around that tree, but I couldn't pull it tight enough to make more than a very simple knot. Since this tree was close enough to the house to fall on it if it went the wrong way, I wanted a solid, reliable knot. That is not enough knot. That's all I can get without pulling myself backwards off the ladder. We'll get another rope. Okay, what we got here, my 25-year-old tow strap, and probably 100 feet of rope. Try the tow strap first. See how that goes. And there's the rope. Oh, it's up there. So we hope to fall the tree in line with a rope. This is about as high as I can reach. So that's where we'll cut it. Because the tree is leaning downhill toward the house and curved, I wanted to cut it as high as I safely could to minimize the weight and the leverage trying to make the tree fall downhill. There's a lot of stretch in the nylon ropes. I pulled as much tension as I could with the electric winch on the ATV. Watch very carefully at the top of that tree when I begin the back cut. You can see it begin to fall the wrong way, leaning slightly to the right. Right there. Okay, it's already leaning the wrong direction. I gotta get on this. The winch on the ATV will pull much more than it can hold. If that tree had gone the wrong way, it would have simply pulled all the cable off the winch spool, and I'd have a nice repair bill on the house. Well, that's exactly what it's supposed to do. Fall right up the rope to the turning block, not on the house. Please stop rolling. There's a house down there. I cut stumps off flush with the ground wherever possible in hopes that will keep me from tripping over them later. Now it's a matter of working my way up the hill, up toward the top of the tree, cutting it to length, cutting off branches, cutting brush out of the way, and trying to remember to be careful. Pretty boring stuff after a while, so I sped this up. Some branches are large enough for firewood, so I cut them up. One tree. Past cocktail hour. That's it for today, except for maybe rolling all this stuff down the hill, toss in the driveway, and repeat this morning tomorrow. Teamwork makes a long job shorter. This is also repetitive after a while, so I sped it up too. This wood splits very easily with an axe or a maul, and it's good exercise. It keeps me relatively young. Hot. Refreshment time.
Wow. Very super.
Yep. I'm going to have to measure this, see how much wood's there. About a cord and a half here, more than a cord anyway. Time to cut more trees.